Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs. Our writer is SloyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. It's TwitchCon weekend, which is relevant for two reasons. Some of you attending in person might have had a chance to meet and greet the hermits who are attending, and Minecraft has given us all a sneak peek at upcoming updates. We're still writing this on Saturday before the event, so we have no idea what the updates are, but, as usual, lie to us about it in the comments, because we're only a news show for Hermitcraft.
I'm like 90% convinced I didn't do that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, my birthday stream was a marathon, and it was kind of a lot.
So let's go ahead and be that, as we take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with Gemini Tay, who has a birthday, so we're actually starting with Grian, who cannot let that slide.
No! I'm trying to make it smaller!
Gem, not being Etho, does not protect her from the birthday treatment, and so Grian invites her to his wondrous exploding egg, though he leaves out the exploding part.
Why did you make this?
Oh, you should get that.
While raising frankly disturbing questions about the Grian reproductive cycle, the egg is actually really neat. The top half of it has rainbow sheep stored in it that drop down like balloons, and the whole area beneath plays a birthday song. It plays it in farts and then explodes, but the redstone is still pretty impressive.
Wow. You're so proud of yourself, aren't you?
It was happy birthday with fart noises!
With Gem now a whole year older and wiser, the two of them then go off to track down a few of their friends' in-game bedrooms to install a farting contraption underneath them.
I am now a year older and wiser.
It's like a follow-up. What do you think? Yes or no to the follow-up?
Yeah, no, the follow-up is good. I think the follow-up's important.
Really not getting a lot of respect for the noble trumpet from this server.
Skiz has got the most man apartment I've ever seen. When men live alone, this is how they decorate their apartments.
Gem's own present to herself is visiting the Australian National Park of Pearlescent Moon's base to brush up on how to build custom trees. As her vision for her base includes a looming tiger, while Joel's vision for it seems to be using every primary color under the sun.
But it'll also match up with where Joel's built his build better. Joel's is also floating, and they're facing each other. They could be friends. It's good. It pairs up.
Naturally, Good Times with Scar shows up to offer his input on custom trees as a genre, and he doesn't seem to be actively taking damage all the time, which is nice. Seems the Whack-A-Scar non-stop prodding mode hasn't kicked in yet. Unfortunately, he does confirm that each tree takes hours to make, though they didn't have Happy Ghasts back in the 4th season, so it's actually days now.
There's no variation. It's just every clip is more leaf placing.
In all fairness, Joel's extended village is not at all so hideous that it must be covered up with pine. On the contrary, the forest hamlet looks so sweet you wouldn't even think there are burnt remnants of the original villager sanctuary buried beneath it. We're not making that up, by the way. He did burn down and pave over the original Tiger Village to get here. This week's video builds a whole new neighborhood in its place, with vibrant builds for every kind of villager profession, and the whole Shadow Realm under the moss for the nitwits, I suppose.
And it's a religious building, but it's not a church for a cult or that sort of thing. Okay, we're not doing that again.
The only problem with it is the opposite of Gemini Tay's one. There's a broody Gothic cathedral looming in the background.
And look out across the rest of our land, and unfortunately at Gem's base, which is not very fitting of our very colourful style.
At least Joel could do all of that without fearing for his own life, because Skizzleman is still in the brainstorming phase for ways to dispatch smallish beans.
We haven't done anything in here. Oh, this is the sand's there because I was doing the chroma key for the ego and the shadow. Let me turn that off.
Having been informed that the respawn anchors he brought to the Ender Dragon smashing were an accident waiting to happen, Skiz decides that's the next best thing to straight up end crystal PvP and tests out how quickly he can prime and explode one next to an armor stand-in.
Joel, don't worry, buddy. You don't have to worry about me. See, I have no armor on. There's nothing for you to worry about. What you working on, buddy? What the?
Skiz has been getting plenty of experience with armor stands lately, as he continues digging out and decorating his Magic School Bus episode about the human subconscious, and his ego sings along to the music. Once he's decorated the area with enough black wool that if you squint it looks like you're out of bounds, he demonstrates that the Warden Darkness effect is supposed to kick in as you enter the area, and armor stands will light up to reveal the hidden thoughts lurking below the surface of the persona.
And Skiz lights up. Good. And I'm saying something And okay, this whole thing needs to move over here, and we need to add a soundbite to it.
And in case you're worried these intrusive thoughts involve causing your friends pain, don't worry, those are surface level thoughts for Skiz, who is the first one with recorded footage of using the manual whack a Scar feature.
Guys, I'm getting really hurt here.
Despite this, Scar invites him to build a jailhouse at the shopping district, but that might be so Skiz can self-incarcerate later.
True, and maybe like a really scary jail cell below it that we could literally stick somebody in and they can't get out.
This is not quite the witness protection program that False Symmetry now needs, having dropped her shulker box into Etho's tree farm.
I'm a fool. I'm an absolute fool. If he tells me it goes to a thing that fries it, then I actually deserve it. See, this is the problem. I'm not redstone expert. You see how this is the start of the filter, right? It's in that one.
There it is.
The incident gives her a good scare, especially since she is very much interested in that tree farm continuing to work, given her affinity for pale oak A-frames and sticks for banners. In fact, she builds another pointy tower out of the pale stuff that doubles as a bubble elevator for the base entrance, and frames nicely the horse statues.
It gets rid of the symmetry, which, you know, I'm not against, but like, you know.
As for the banners, False takes her Flagstock flag shop deadly seriously, even visiting everyone's bases to drop off coupons for the store so everyone can get a complimentary banner and maybe buy an insulting one while they're at it. This does mean that she ends up gifting Zombie Cleo a gift card for their birthday, to her own shop no less.
I did go and bully. No, I don't think I can bully False. I don't think anyone can bully False, let's be real.
It's ultimately not False's fault that her promotional mail got buried beneath the pile of other birthday gifts, especially since Cleo's base still looks like a birthday cake thanks to the time Pearlescent Moon put candles on it. Admittedly, it doesn't take much now that Cleo's ancient temple is complete and looking like the top half of a Garganacle, which makes sense given that Cleo is also 80% salt by volume.
Like, I don't need diamonds anymore. I've got 51 blocks of diamonds because I went mining because I was poor.
You might have more than me now.
Pearl does own up to the thing when she shows up to establish some pilgrimage paths to the base before the distinct tropical foliage consumes the area in its entirety, which is quite alarming to the resident fire marshal.
I would be like fussing and just like way overthinking it.
Between you and me, Pearl, you go, does that look good? And
What
then
about
I'll go, they get what
the
they
single
give
leaf
them.
block?
The resident water marshal, meanwhile, is eager to become a naval empire now that he has at least one confirmed boat and a flamingo floaty. We found him! It's the Aqueduct! Joke's on you, it's actually a fighting type. The Roman Emperor Corrales returns to his base from Cubfan's golf course to introduce boat yards. 2, so he gets twice the yards. Which required a lot of diagonal building, but not the kind we're used to. The whole building has to be sloped so it can slide the boat to its voyage. And there is actually a boat in one of the hangars, though it's giving you the evil side-eye.
I don't think anybody's gonna mistake it for not being a shipyard. Well, I know XB will, but the rest of the Hermits won't, hopefully.
One wonder of the ancient world that might be a little hard to see right now is Hypno's Pyramid, which, even from XB Crafted's base, is looking a little overgrown.
It's probably ruining some... I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
XB dips back underground to continue work on his custom mineshaft, which means destroying the generated abandoned mineshaft in the process, and building an ore processing area for all that copper.
Does it look cool? Yes.
Perhaps it's because he's been following Azuma around, but XB is struck with the idea to use copper golems to bring a sense of life and industry to the mineshaft, although he's still not certain if the copper block trim is going to stay.
And the elevator shaft itself, obviously, still needs a lot of work.
Then again, he could have picked that up by following Corrales around, because for part of it, he was following Corrales around his own base.
All right, Sweetface, I'm off building. Thank you so much for a little bit of the tough.
Cubvan135, meanwhile, has XB's head on a stake. This somehow feels off, being right next to his shrine dedicated to winning the Nautilus Racing League, but I can't quite put my finger on it, on account of the stake.
Battle versus XB at the bridge, the jousting battle we had, and if we walk onto here, you'll see the lights light up.
Cub puts up dioramas of all his major achievements throughout the season, welcome back's advancements, etc., but the most major expansion to his base is the piano room. Also the most minor expansion.
I want to have some musical battles.
The piano itself is actually a twin piano, conjoined at the back with an enemy piano that Cub intends to use for musical duels against other hermits. The combo even features a button to change the instrument it's playing by swapping the blocks below the note blocks under the ground, so it's actually more of a double synthesizer. Absolutely essential for when you want to perform the Hermitcraft recap theme in farts. As far as normal music is concerned, Cub does build a library for the in-game music discs where you can play one simply by pressing a button on the wall. Azumovoid's music shop actually comes in handy for filling up the collection in what has to be the first time anyone actually bought something and didn't just come over to slam on the drum machine.
So that's really cool. Some of these are going to be tough to get. Like, we got to get 3 lava chicken discs.
And finally there's Mumbo, who is living in the Chaos Bubble, also known as France. Technically he's not living there yet as of this video, but he does warn that his upload schedule is going to be affected by the process of uprooting his entire life and moving it across the channel, so expect there to be fewer and finally there's Mumbo gags for a little bit.
This is the stage that I'm currently at, which is moving house, and then this is my plans for the next month, and the chaos level here is unknown. Or uncone.
Anyway, he's recently realized that not all skyscrapers are created equal. So after a flurry of resource gathering, he time-lapses a skyscraper and gets ready to build a few more, only to find this was the perfect vantage point to realize someone had waxed his reeds. And we'll give you 3 guesses to figure out who that was.
The redstone contraption I built in the previous Hermitcraft episode has clearly done nothing to deter him, so it's time to step it up a notch.
In the interest of shaming whoever it was into reconsidering their actions, Mumbo rigs a pop-up armor stand and recorded message to trigger when the cattails are scraped.
Really? Really?
But that also gives him the idea to add a virtual Mumbo to the central shopping district so that he can still appear in other people's videos while he is away, basically allowing the cardboard cutout from the Gamers Outreach stream to be an official part of Season 11 infrastructure. So tune in next week when someone will surely have figured out how to move that to France as well.
A virtual cardboard cutout. You know, just in case I'm not online for the next couple weeks, I wanted to make sure that I was online in spirit.
And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is SloyXP and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara, and thank you to Merely Adequate for that Mumbo transition. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.